All right, we back with a fresh new upload. Let's get into it.
On July 16th, 2025, South Florida detectives arrested a restaurant waitress for credit card fraud, identity theft, and grand theft. The evidence came from a JetBlue ticket booked under her name, paid with a stolen card number. This is the legal breakdown.
You made a report over the phone?
Yes.
Okay. And let me just pull up that case number. But regardless of what case number, this is regarding credit card fraud. So
Yes.
Can you just raise your right hand for me, Mr. Fana? Do you swear or affirm that everything you're about to say in this statement is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and put your arm down. All right, so what I want to talk to you about is the case that you reported on July 12th. So I'm going to kind of recite back what we talked about, and you just tell me if I'm on the, if I get anything wrong.
Yeah.
So you and your family member went out to eat June 15th. You guys had the same credit card.
It was June 21st.
June 21st.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
June 21st of this year, 2025. And you guys have the same credit card, right?
Yes.
A JetBlue Barclay credit card.
Yeah,
Just, one is one is in your name, one's in his name. You guys split the check somewhere and accidentally swap cards.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. You didn't notice until on July 11th, which was the day before you reported it, that there were some transactions you didn't conduct, right?
Yeah, so we started going down the list of, what was what, just to make sure, so we can either pay each other back and I started going down the list, and he was just like, I only went to 2 places that I remember with the card. And he was like, one of them was Walmart, and then one was his restaurant right after. He's like, I haven't used the card since then. So then
the restaurant that was on there was a Chivo Liniera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you guys found was in Green Acres on 10th Avenue.
Yeah.
Right? And then you guys went through and also noticed that there was a JetBlue transaction?
I've never been there, so...
Okay, you've never been there, so you knew that he conducted that. He said he did that.
Yeah, he's like, I go there, so he's like, that's mine, I'll pay you back for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that one was on June 29th?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So he went to that restaurant that day, but you also noticed more transactions, and he said he didn't do for JetBlue.
Yep.
And that was for an airplane ticket.
Yes.
And then for like a movie ticket or something for $19.
Yeah, I basically went down the whole list of everything from that date, from the day we swapped cards. I went all the way up and seen all the transactions.
Okay.
And we kind of just talked about which ones he did and which ones were not. And so
you and your wife were able to, using the e-ticket number, which was on your bank statement, you were able to look up that flight that was booked, right?
Yeah, I put it in, and it just showed up the person's ticket, which gave me all the information on there.
Okay. And
somebody used somebody else. So they went and used someone else's credit card, right? And they booked a ticket. Yo, they can't be serious. Them can't serious, don't. Let's get into it.
No chemicals, just plant-based soap bars that actually work. Shop online at janetsholistics.com.
And then that person's ticket, because I'm looking at what you sent me now, it showed that your card was used as the last 4. It was on July...
I think it said like the first...
July 1st, but that's the day it posted on your account. So, let me just see. So you sent me...
Yeah, so they purchased the ticket, and then pretty much I just called in. Actually, the credit card company gave me the name.
Oh, the credit card company gave you the name?
I said, I'm trying to figure out these charges. I was like, I didn't purchase any ticket. I was like, can you see like what the ticket is for and if there's a name on it? And they're the ones that actually gave me the name. That's how I was able to...
And then you guys were able to find it online.
So
okay.
With the name, we just put it into Instagram and Facebook.
You see how easy that is? Be careful. Why y'all doing that in the first place? Come on, man.
And then that name came up, and honestly, if it wasn't because the name on there had the name of the restaurant, but I wouldn't have put it together. Because I was like...
So, but the JetBlue ticket you guys found from the ticket that was on your
yeah, it was on the from
bank statement.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was an e-ticket number.
Yes.
And that pulled up with a traveler, Mrs. on her booking, right? And then you said then later on you contacted the credit card company.
Yes.
Okay.
So I called that.
You disputed that, right?
Yeah, that's it. I already got a new card.
Okay, you already got a new card and you're waiting for the statement.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the billing cycle to end so I can see like all the details and everything on it.
Okay.
It goes on the 19th, so.
So then you took this name and you guys looked it up on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And on this name's Instagram profile, it said that the name of that restaurant that your family member went to, right? That Mr. Socio went to, the Chivo Loriana. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know either.
Okay. All right. So you found that and you were like, wow, you know, these are connected, and that's when you contacted law enforcement, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I just want to confirm that you do not know this person, Miss Lorena Amalia Perez Martinez.
Yeah.
That you did not book this ticket.
And I did ask too when I was calling the credit card. The only reason those two stuck out the most was because they were both entered manually.
They were entered manually? Is that what your credit card company said?
Yeah, they said.
Okay, like they weren't swiped or tapped.
Yeah.
Someone entered the cards manually?
So like these two were entered manually out of all the other transactions. I had one more transaction on there, and that was something that comes out automatically. So I told them that one, that's me, because I have my card set up for automatic. But these other ones, I don't know what it was.
Okay.
And those were only two that she was like, yeah, these two are entered manually. So.
Okay.
The reason they're red like a red flag. I'm like, I've never used that number.
Did you give that name to Mr. Socia? The Instagram? Did you show it to him? Did you say like, hey, do you recognize this girl?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said he doesn't know. He said it was his first time there. It's his wife's like third time there. So she's the one that actually recommended the spot. So,
okay. So he wasn't
she's been
sure.
there before, and this was his first time over there. So he's like, I don't know nobody. He's like, I don't know anybody over here. So.
All right. And I do just want to confirm that you do want to prosecute, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Is there
They're going down.
anything else that you want to add to the statement?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. As of right now, I just know those two charges, but I don't know if anything else is posting or pending. But it shouldn't because I canceled the card.
Yeah. You noticed it and then disputed, cancel the card, got a new card. Okay. All right. That will conclude this statement. Just raise your right hand one more time. Do you swear or affirm that everything you said in this statement is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. And that'll conclude the statement at 14:43 hours.
Before the arrest, the detective took a sworn statement from the victim. Not legally required, but tactically smart. A sworn statement creates criminal exposure for the witness if she lies. Under Florida Statute 837.02, false statements in official proceedings are perjury. Placing the victim under oath from the start builds a credible evidentiary foundation that is far harder to challenge later in court. The detective recited the timeline back to the victim, asking her to correct anything wrong. That is textbook cognitive interview technique. It locks in the witness's account, reduces contamination from leading questions, and produces a cleaner record for prosecution. Here is what the victim established. The card was never handed to the waitress. The restaurant's payment process has the customer insert or swipe their own card. That single fact eliminates the most common defense in card fraud cases, that the suspect accidentally obtained the data through routine handling. The credit card company confirmed the two fraudulent charges were manually entered. Not swiped, not tapped, manually keyed in. Manual entry requires the full card number, expiration date, and security code. That data does not transfer by accident. Someone had to deliberately capture it. The JetBlue e-ticket was the break. The booking reference from the bank statement pulled up a round-trip flight Fort Lauderdale to Santo Domingo booked July 1st. Departure July 20th. Return August 5th. The passenger name on that ticket matched a social media profile linked directly to the restaurant where the victim's card was used. That chain card used at restaurant, data manually entered elsewhere, ticket booked under employee's name, satisfies the probable cause standard set out in Illinois versus Gates. Gates established the totality of circumstances test. No single piece of evidence needs to be conclusive. The combination just needs to make arrest reasonably justified. Under United States versus Watson from 1976, officers can arrest without a warrant in a public place, including a place of business, when probable cause exists. A restaurant is semi-public space. The detectives did not need a warrant. What they needed was exactly what they had documented, corroborated evidence.
I'm Detective O'Connor, ID 37164. This is Deputy Cruz, ID 9090. And you speak a little bit of English?
Yes, a little bit understand, but they speak in the
Fluent Spanish?
yes.
Okay. All right. So I am going to have my partner here read you Miranda in Spanish so that you understand, okay?
Okay.
I don't have a Spanish one. Oh, you're good. Okay. What is your first and last name?
¿Cuál es su primer nombre y apellido?
Lorena.
Okay, so the receipt that I had you looking up
El recibo que ella le hizo que usted mirara
from June 29th,
de junio 29
with that customer for,
con ese cliente por la cantidad.
De 77.
okay, did you conduct that transaction?
¿Usted hizo esa transacción?
Sí, you're working here.
Yeah, but you were his server?
¿Usted fue la mesera de él?
Claro, pero no recuerdo lo que pasa.
But she doesn't remember. is what
Okay,
happens.
so this was the customer. Was this the customer?
¿Ese era el cliente?
So just so I know how things work, when you're a waitress, right?
Waitress,
Usted es
Okay.
mesera, ¿verdad?
So when you have a customer and they pay you, do you swipe the card?
Usted es la mesera. Cuando le pagan a usted, ¿usted pasa la tarjeta?
Sí.
Okay.
No, nosotros no, ellos.
They do.
They swipe the card.
No.
She says the waitress will hold the terminal and the customer will swipe the card.
Okay,
What y'all think? You think she did it? You think she did that or what? Based on the evidence and everything. What you think?
they pay, pay the customer is the punch,
The card.
the card.
Okay, so the customer. So you don't ever walk away with the credit card.
Usted nunca se va con la tarjeta en la mano.
No, ellos ponen la tarjeta.
Okay.
Okay.
No, they put the card in there.
Okay. So then how did you use that credit card to book a flight to Santo Domingo?
Entonces, ¿cómo fue que usted utilizó?
I'm over here asking if she guilty when she already booked the flight. If she already booked the flight, bruh, like she guilty. Shit. Guilty.
esa tarjeta para comprar un ticket, un vuelo a Santo Domingo?
No, yo no utilizo.
For July
No.
20th.
No, I haven't do that. Para julio 20.
No he utilizado esa tarjeta porque ni reconozco la persona. Ni
No, I
No,
haven't
no
used
more.
that card because I don't even recognize the person.
It's not about you recognizing the person. There is a flight booked to Santo Domingo.
no remember.
You don't remember.
No se acuerda.
Okay.
No es que yo ni me acuerdo del señor.
No se acuerda porque hay el ticket para el vuelo. So my question was, so you don't remember anything about this flight? She says, no. And I said, so who bought the ticket? I don't know.
But your mom is in Santo Domingo right now, right?
Yes,
Pero
my
su
mom
mamá
de
está en
vaca-
Santo
sí,
Domingo
ella
ahora.
está de vacaciones.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
you're supposed to go see your mom, right?
No porque estoy aquí trabajando.
¿Cuándo iba a ir a verla?
Yo siempre voy todo
Yeah,
mensual, yo siempre voy a Dominicana.
I go to Dominican Republic monthly.
Okay.
Vivimos todos aquí.
We all live here.
Okay. Do you have pictures in your phone from that day? June 29th.
¿No tiene fotos de junio 29?
No, solamente mis fotos normales.
Ay, no veo, porque como está el teléfono para allá, no
ok,
alcanzo a
sorry.
verlas.
Solo mis fotos normales. Mira.
¿Y cuál es junio 29?
It was purchased on July 1st. The flight.
El vuelo fue comprado en julio 1.
Fort Lauderdale, Santo Domingo.
De Fort Lauderdale a Santo Domingo.
What money did you use for this flight?
¿Qué dinero
No,
utilizó usted
no
para
es
pagar
lo que
eso?
yo le digo, que yo compro mis vuelos, o sea, yo hago mis vuelos, yo viajo cada mes siempre, pero yo compro mis vuelos, como yo le digo a ellos.
But look, there's other 2 passengers.
JetBlue,
No.
Fort Lauderdale to Santo Domingo, July 20th, and then August 5th you come back here. The credit card number ending in that credit card, MasterCard ending in was your customer's credit card.
Esa es la tarjeta de su cliente. I keep pushing the issue, like how did this card was used to pay for that ticket? She said that's exactly what she would like to know. So she said she has no idea how that happened.
You don't know how you did it.
No.
Eso es lo que no entiendo.
¿Quién compró el pasaje? Who purchased the ticket?
Mis pasajes los compro yo.
So I asked her, like, who completed the transaction? I'm not asking her about the card. I just want to know who put the information, the name, the date of birth, and all that. And she says, I don't know. And I said, well, after that was completed, you took pictures with your phone.
Sí.
So she says that she doesn't understand how the credit card information got there.
Okay.
She says when those people came, I didn't take their card. They pay in here, and I say how many people were on the table. She doesn't remember.
Okay. All right. Tell her that this is her last chance to tell the truth.
Esta es su última oportunidad de decirnos la verdad, ser honesta y decirnos exactamente qué fue lo
You
que
either
pasó.
want to tell me the truth or not, but I know what happened.
Si usted nos quiere decir la verdad, para usted quedar mejor, pero nosotros ya sabemos lo que sucedió. El delantal.
Turn around.
¿Por qué me llevan?
Turn around.
Pero no pueden
No,
Turn
señora,
around.
dése la vuelta, ponga las manos atrás.
You have your radio on?
My radio, my radio is attached.
My phone.
Lleva su teléfono y salga por ahí.
Ella dice que me va a llevar. No sé.
Now, the Fifth Amendment question. The suspect was questioned at length before Miranda was read. That is the procedural issue worth examining here. Miranda warnings are required before custodial interrogation.
But wait,
That
I
is the
thought they
rule
did
from
off camera.
Miranda versus Arizona, 1966. The word custodial is the key. Berkemer versus McCarty from 1984 clarified that routine questioning before formal custody does not automatically trigger Miranda. The line is crossed when a reasonable person in the suspect's position would no longer feel free to leave. That shift happened here, when the detective said this is your last chance to tell the truth, followed immediately by turn around, hands behind your back that was custodial. Any incriminating statement made at that moment, without prior Miranda, could face a suppression motion under Missouri versus Seibert, 2004. Seibert addressed the two-step interrogation problem question without Miranda, get a statement, then Mirandize and question again. Courts treat that as a constitutional violation. In this case, it likely does not matter. The physical evidence, the ticket, the name, the card records, stands independent of anything the suspect said. The language access issue is worth noting. The suspect spoke primarily Spanish. Deputy Cruz served as a real-time interpreter throughout the interview. Federal courts have consistently held that Miranda warnings must be comprehensible to the suspect. An advisement in a language the person does not understand is no advisement at all. Deputy Cruz did not have a written Spanish Miranda card available. That is a department-level preparedness gap, not a crime, but a risk. In jurisdictions with large Spanish-speaking populations, written Miranda cards in Spanish are standard equipment. Their absence invites suppression arguments. 3 charges were filed. Grand theft under Florida Statute 812.014, credit card fraud under 817.61, and identity theft under 817.568. Grand theft at the second-degree level requires the stolen value to exceed $20,000. The footage describes a large amount, which suggests this threshold was met. Credit card fraud under Florida law requires intentional unauthorized use of another person's account to obtain goods or services. The flight ticket alone satisfies that element. Identity theft under Florida Statute 817.568 does not require the defendant to personally complete the online transaction. Willful participation in the fraudulent use of someone's personal identifying information is enough. Using a victim's card number and billing details to book a flight qualifies. Detective O'Connor receives an A-. The investigation was methodical and evidence-driven. The evidentiary foundation built before confronting the suspect was professionally sound. The only concern is the Miranda timing. The most confrontational questions came before the formal arrest and before rights where advisement was given. Deputy Cruz receives a B+. Real-time bilingual interpretation is constitutionally critical work. He executed it reliably. The missing Spanish Miranda card is a preparation issue, not performance. The suspect receives a C. She had an absolute right to remain silent. She did not exercise it, and the contradictions in her account compounded the prosecution's case. Her own description of the restaurant's payment process, that customers swipe their own cards, removed her most viable defense argument before she was even arrested.
Wow.
The victim receives an A. Her preparation before contacting law enforcement was exceptional. She brought a named suspect, a booking record, and a corroborated transaction trail. 2 takeaways. First, manual card entry is a forensic red flag. If 2 charges in a statement are manually keyed while all others are swiped, that is the thread to pull. Second, if you are a suspect in any interview, even one that starts casually, the Fifth Amendment exists for exactly that moment. Use it. Ask for a lawyer. The evidence here would have held without a single word from the suspect. Talking did not help her. It only helped the prosecution. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like discussed in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and check out Street BodyCam for more police interaction and courtroom content.
Make sure y'all go check out Street BodyCam, all right? Check them out right now. That was a good one. These things are teaching me too, you see me? But y'all wait, no, make sure y'all go subscribe right now. Right now.